Like every other retiree, James Kingham loves pottering around the garden. The only difference is, James's garden is a 22,000-acre nursery. Nearly every foot of this garden is filled with jungle trees and jungle plant seedlings. You really have to see it to believe it. James is 77 and he still walks the grounds of this nursery, checking and identifying the seedling and getting excited over the rare ones that have yet to be identified. James is also known as a tree guru amongst botanists and landowners around this region. In fact, his nursery can easily be the largest jungle trees nursery in the world.
You need figs because for the hornbills, for all the birds,
hornbills are there.
even for other animals, and he drops, they'll pick up and eat. The largest collection of fruits in species in the forest, the figgist. This is a Gracinia periana. It's edible. You look at the young fruits.
Fired by a huge passion for jungle trees, James began learning about replanting forest trees soon after retiring as a planter with Sime Darby plantations. He was self-taught and spent many fruiting seasons in the jungle with his faithful helpers Sheila and Puma. James started the nursery in 1996 at the age of 60. He once had up to 3 million trees over 200 acres. However, rapid housing development reduced this to 2 million trees. But James forges on to sow the jungle seeds. Rehabilitating the land and growing trees is simply not enough. For James, it is equally important to make sure he does not grow a silent forest.
Now, this is a tree plant that I was very impressed. When I first went to Gunung Jerai, I found this fig. It reminded me of the frangipani leaves, and it was a beautiful tree. This is not matured yet, but once it matures, it becomes a deep orangey red, and it's very good for birds. I like to collect figs that are prolific fruiters. You can put a higher density of figs in your food chain and you get more and more birds.
To beat the rapid depletion of the forest, James has started to popularize jungle trees for urban landscaping. This means growing trees that are hardy and need little water, such as trees that are good for rooftop gardens.
In Langkawi, it's one of the oldest places in the world. We have the sandstone and we have the limestone outcrops that join together, close together. In the limestone outcrop, just on the hard surface of the limestone, where there is a crevice, you find this Dipchoria, dipterocarp, growing. This is one very attractive dipterocarp. It's called Opia ferra. It grows on the limestone outcrop as a small treelet. Every time the new flush comes, it gives a very attractive color. Lilinea excelsa is here. It's in odd places near river sides and all. But they don't grow big. They are about 20, 30 feet tall. But they are very nice, very, very attractive plants. Now this one is a very rare tree. It's called Omosia sumatrana. And it's beautiful leaves once it establishes, and the fruits are like the saga.
With his plans in place, James needs only to make sure that someone carries his legacy. And for this, he has his son Richard and his grandson Sean.
I'm managing labor, and every day I learn bit by bit. I'm only 18. Over the years, I started to learn, and I started to appreciate nature. I am starting. And over time, I also learned the traits, and with a little help,
Yeah.
I'll get to take over this farm for my grandfather.
He's trying, he's young, but he's trying hard. But then he's got to learn from the uncle, Richard's boss. So there is a risk for the nurseryman to grow. If he grows a lot, then there is a risk. These will grow too big and it's wasted. You lose, you win in certain areas. So you've got to be very careful. It's a difficult job. These are the people who, when I fade away, who will be looking after the farm.